I was just trying to take this whole place in. There's so much going on here at the Coney Island Boardwalk. It's all so much fun! Even with our time machine fixed and ready to go, when we heard that Coney Island was opening a new roller coaster this week, we just had to come see it for ourselves. People here sure are having a good time. I wonder what it is about the 20s that made places like this possible and so popular. While we explore all the attractions here at Coney Island, let's see if we can uncover how technology changed entertainment, delve into the key forms of entertainment and their cultural significance, and understand how entertainment reflected and contributed to the broader social changes of the 1920s. Wow! I didn't expect to see all these lights, sounds, and machines in the 1920s. Before the 20s, people were entertained through activities like live theater, reading books, and listening to live music. However, as technology advanced with inventions like radios and film projectors, how do you think this changed the way people received entertainment? The increase of technology in the 20s meant people were able to experience mass entertainment for the first time. Mass entertainment refers to any form of entertainment that is enjoyed by a large number of people at the same time. It allowed people to come together to share experiences like movies, radio shows, and sporting events. As more people could enjoy these entertainments, the companies that produced things like movies started making more money. This motivated them to create even more content for everyone to enjoy. And speaking of movies, take a look at this, the Coney Island Theater. Let's head inside and see for ourselves how the evolving technology of movies represents this big shift to mass entertainment.
Danger of a Wait a minute. You ain't heard nothing yet. Wait a minute, I tell you. You ain't heard nothing. You want to hear toot-toot-tootsie? All right, hold on.
Hey, I always thought old films were really boring and had no sound in them. But this one has people talking in it. Back then, movies were one of the biggest hits in mass entertainment. The 1920s marked a huge shift from silent films, where actors relied on expressions and body language, to talkies, movies with actual spoken dialogue. The first ever talkie? That was The Jazz Singer, released in 1927, a real game changer in cinema. In fact, it's the movie that was playing when we walked in here. Remember the line, "Wait a minute, you ain't heard nothing yet." That was the first line ever spoken in a movie. What a cool moment in history. All right, let's pause for a second. Imagine you're in the 1920s going to see The Jazz Singer. How do you think you would feel hearing actors speak for the first time in a movie? Probably pretty excited. The technology that allowed movies to easily include sound made them more appealing to a larger audience, allowing movie companies to make more money and produce even more movies. With advanced film projectors and radios, entertainment transformed. Movies grew more realistic, and families could enjoy music, news, and shows from their living rooms. This innovation laid the foundation for today's movies and media. Shh! Oops, I guess we're being too loud. Let's get out of here and check out what else Coney Island has to offer. Wow! That roller coaster was definitely worth it, and super entertaining. But thrilling rides were just one part of what made places like this so enjoyable. It was a melting pot of entertainment that shaped American culture. Let's explore and see what made it so special. In the 1920s, Coney Island was a hub of new and exciting forms of entertainment. Imagine the sound of jazz bands filling the air. Jazz was more than just music. It was a cultural phenomenon that expressed the spirit of freedom and innovation of the era. People didn't need to visit Coney Island to enjoy jazz music. They could listen at home through radios. Families and friends would come together for radio broadcasts, which brought music, news, and stories directly to them, much like today's streaming services and online shows. Oh, look! If we win this ring toss, we could even win our own radio! Sorry, Mia. Right, we're focusing. Imagine watching a baseball game, feeling the excitement in the air. Talk about a form of mass entertainment. This era saw the rise of sports heroes who became legends. Sports stars like Babe Ruth became household names, much like today's celebrity athletes. These athletes inspired many and became a significant part of American culture, showing the power of sports in bringing people together. Let's pause for a moment. Compare and contrast the role of entertainment in the 1920s with today. What has changed and what remains similar? From thrilling rides to jazz bands to radio shows and legendary sports events, Coney Island in the 1920s was a beacon of entertainment and cultural significance. These forms of entertainment not only provided joy and amusement, but also shaped the cultural landscape of America. I needed a break from all that noise, so we headed down to the beach. All around us, people are enjoying their time off together with families and friends. Remember when we studied the Industrial Revolution? A lot of people back then worked more than 12-hour days. I bet they never would have had time to enjoy things like this. Let's dive into how the entertainment of the 1920s reflected the other broader social changes of the era. This was a time of remarkable transformation in American society. Coney Island wasn't just a place for fun. It was a mirror of the era's changing social norms. After World War I, America saw an economic boom. People had more time and money for leisure, and places like Coney Island became symbols of this new way of life. They were spaces where people from all backgrounds could come together to relax and have fun. Look at these thrilling rides and bustling public beaches. These places showed the 1920s love for adventure and breaking free from old rules. The 20s were a time when society began to value leisure and fun as essential parts of life. Before the 1920s, people didn't prioritize having fun. People often focused more on work and traditional values. But here in the Roaring 20s, with its jazz music, dance halls, and amusement parks, we see a society eager to explore new freedoms and experiences. What does the popularity of attractions like roller coasters, dance halls, and public beaches tell us about the people of the 1920s? How do you think these changes influence the way we view leisure and recreation today? The Roaring Twenties saw major social and cultural changes reflected in places like Coney Island with its thrilling rides and relaxed vibe. This symbolized a break from traditional ways, embracing innovation and new lifestyles. The movies, amusement parks, podcasts, streaming services, vacations, and more all evolved from the legacies of the technological innovation of the 1920s. Well, time travelers, our journey through the roaring 1920s and the vibrant world of Coney Island is coming to a close. Today, we've discovered how mass entertainment like jazz, radio, and amusement parks mirrored and influenced the broader social changes of this dynamic decade. The time machine is all gassed up, and we're finally ready to head back to the present. This has been a wild ride. So long. And remember, shaping the future begins with understanding the past.